Illuvium is a polished, free-to-play auto-battler crypto game on the same level as TFT, and they just announced your opportunity to earn huge amounts of money. You can even see here that there are currently only 3 games active, but I've been seeing numbers as high as 8, 9, or even 10 games active at any given time, and marketing hasn't even started yet. Before a lot of this was announced, we'd really only get 3 or 4 games at most, and now in off-peak times, we're even getting that number of games. So the competition is heating up, but really, the talent pool in this game right now is tiny. You have so much opportunity to play and win in this game, it's not even funny. With most crypto games, you are simply late and need to buy hundreds of NFTs just to compete for barely $1,000 split amongst players. But Illuvium is completely different. I'll go over the structure of the competitive scene and the best strategies so you know exactly how to earn huge prizes playing completely free to play. So as we can see from the announcement here, $250,000 is up for grabs between now and the end of 2025. There will be 3 major types of tournaments. You can see down the bottom here, there will be an IPL 250, which is an open qualifier. Anyone can compete whenever it's on. IPL 500, which is an open qualifier, and the IPL 1000, which will qualify via the 500 and the 250. So participate well in them, and you should qualify for the 1000 pretty easily. And these are all of huge prize pools, as well as the main event in December that's going to have the biggest prize pool of all, with $150,000 up for grabs. And probably a lot of publicity and fame to come with it. All of these events will have considerable prize pools, and one will run every single week until the end of the year, and then they'll probably do IPL 2026 next year. The more events you compete in, the better chances at qualifying for the main event at the end of the year. Now, later on in the video, I will break down the easiest events and the best way to maximize as many points as possible from abusing the meta in Illuvium. Please like and subscribe for more, and use my referral code on the Olivetics, which is Scoriox, all lowercase, for improved luck. Now, it's worth noting that you can also earn a bunch of other prizes here. Now, I don't know if it says it here somewhere. I think it does. There you go. You can earn Season 1 borders, emotes, Illuvitas. It probably ties into the Battle Pass in some way and things like that. And it helps you guarantee some other prizes in case you just quite aren't good enough this year for the event. So it's always worth participating. And the prizes for 2026 will likely be even bigger than what is being offered in the 2025 IPL. So highly recommend learning the game now so that when it comes time, you will be ready to earn even bigger prize pools in the future. You don't need to play it every single day for every single hour of the day. Just play a couple games every single week and you will be ahead of 99% of players when this shit actually gets really, really big next year as well. And even could earn some huge prize money this year if you're willing to put in a little bit of work, because the game is not super easy or anything, but with a little bit of patience, you can definitely go really far. And we've seen many in the community that aren't really that good at auto battlers or have never played one before, coming in the top 10, top 20 in the game consistently, even when there are hundreds of players playing in these tournaments. Now, there will be 18 events across 18 weeks in the IPL, and new events will probably also be added. So keep watching this space. My channel, other channels, Illuvium, Twitter, and everything like that. New events will also be added. We can see here that we have 3 in August because it's starting on the 16th. We can see in September we have 4. We have 2 500s and 2 250s. In October we have a 1000, 2 250s and a 500. November really heats up. We have 2 IPL 1000. So you definitely want to be playing as many of these smaller tournaments in the first 3 months so that you can compete in those final tournaments. And in December, not to mention November, the game will be even more polished than it is right now. Like, it's really good now. It's a little bit not stable, but for the most part, it's really good. And they're figuring out the balance and have the chance to upgrade and improve the game from this point by adding some new units and things like that. Then we can see in December, it's pretty much all the final event. We have the last call open qualifier at the end of November, and then we have the last chance qualifier at the start of December before we have the 2 weekends for the main event for the $150,000 prize pool. But how do you get into Illuvium and get started? Well, it's simple. Download the game right here. You can go just to Epic Games, download it for free, and get started. Just go into Ranked, click Find Match, and you're done. Start playing in the Ranked Gauntlet Arena, see how you stack up against other players, and you'll be able to compete for the IPL easily. But if you want to look for announcements and things like that, the best place is probably the Illuvium Discord. Now, the tournament strategy. Okay, so the first thing is the IPL 500 will have 64 people qualify. Currently, we're having 80 to 90 people playing in these tournaments in the open sit and go qualifiers. So if you're just like semi-competent in the game, you should qualify for the top 64, and that will net you enough points to hopefully get into some of those IPL 1000. So compete in every single IPL 500 is my first word of advice for you. The second is take a day off work and grind the 24-hour last call event on the 13th of December 2025. If you really want to get into the event and you have not yet, a lot of people who have already qualified aren't really eligible to play in this, so you'll be competing against a lot of other intermediates and even some beginners, and you should be able to qualify if you're good enough. So definitely compete in that event as well. As for game strategy, now, what I would recommend is going on this website right here. This is called the Olivetics website. It's kind of like Mobalytics, but for Illuvium. Mr. Kings from the Illuvium Discord has been building this thing. It's incredible with the help of Zersky, also known as Peter from the Illuvium team, and it's really awesome. Basically, you can go to the community tab, and down here you have latest winning comps. This will actually show you all the people that have won games so that you can assess the meta, play those comps, and win games yourself, okay? Now, in my opinion, the game is rarely super balanced. We have had a patch or two where it's been really, really good, but sometimes the balance is a bit out of whack, and really your job would be to exploit that weakness a little bit, as long as it's not too annoying. And if you don't have fun doing that like me, then don't do it, that's fine, but it's gonna be a little bit hard to climb without at least analyzing the meta when looking at this, because you can analyze comps that win second and third and aren't necessarily abusing imbalances in the game. But basically, when it is balanced, it's worth noting it's a little bit like a paper, scissors, rock. Aggressive comps tend to lose to hard walls. Walls tend to lose to slower things like Scion and Omega pressure and things like that. And slower things tend to get destroyed by aggression. And so whenever you go on this, you can just click one of these things and you can see all of the Illuvials on the team. You can see he had Seer, Riplance, Phosphorus. I'm pretty sure fighters are doing really well in this current meta. We're also seeing Templars always doing really, really well, but you'll notice the consistencies across these. You'll see this one has a lot of rogues still. That was the one that was doing really well in the patch before. You can see this one has a lot of Scions and a lot of Bulwarks. So Bulwarks are doing quite good again. These are all quite different, but you can see Forest is coming up a lot, Blazer Knight and Railu are coming up a lot in these winning compositions. We'll find a lot of them. Jotun doing pretty well as well. So it looks like rogues and fighters are both kind of juxtaposing here to play really well in the game. As you go through the meta, you'll figure that out, then you'll play those comps, and you should guarantee top 4 for the most part, and it will really help you in tournaments as well. Now, in-game, I recommend playing, especially if you're new, I recommend playing a little bit slow at first. Get to 70 credits stacked up so you get a lot of interest every single round, then level up quickly. Now, this will be a little bit too slow to get first place and won't be playing to the absolute best of your ability, but it does help you guarantee a top 4, because if you can get good enough compositions at the right time, then you should be able to defeat all the players who rushed it a little bit too much or were competing with other players. It's a little bit war of attrition. It's not necessarily going to win you the game every single time, but it will improve your performance over time. Once you start to get better at the game, you can start using more advanced tactics. I hope you learned something today. Please check out my beginner's guide to the arena to master the game quickly.